Well, hello, my sexy people, all my superstars out there. This is Wesley, $1 billion Virgin. And guess what? It's another Millionaire Midnight Rant where you can ask Wesley, $1 billion Virgin, any question your heart desire here. Hey, guys, what's going on? Good morning, good evening here. No, give me a second. I had to sneeze. Whew. Oh, praises to the Most High. God is the greatest. Put your names below. I'd like to give all you beautiful people a shout out here. I know you guys thought I wasn't going to show up here, but I'm here. I'm here for you. I'm here to answer your question. This gives you the opportunity to ask me, a rich dude here out of Houston, Texas, any question your heart desires. Hey, Paige, how are you? Leanna, how are you? Geronimo, Kid, what's going on? Franklin, how are you? Good evening here. Garrett, how are you? Rod Smith from Houston, Texas. Adrian, how are you? Great evening. Great evening. Alexander. I'm going to give you guys some advice. This is something I want to give you from my treasure chest of ideals and advice. Whenever you get up in the morning, instead of saying good morning, I want you to say great morning. Whenever it's evening time, instead of saying good evening, I want you to say great evening. And let me tell you why, because it sets you apart from everybody else, right? The normal average person always says good morning, good evening, I want you to say great morning or great evening, right? When you do that, people tend to like, wow, what's up with this person here? It just sets you apart from the average robotic world here, okay? So when everybody right now, they're wishing me a great evening. Great evening. We're not having a good day. We're having a great day, okay? As a matter of fact, we're having a great evening tonight here because I'm getting ready to drop some jewels here, okay? Great morning for all my folks out there in India, Africa. I'm on the other side of the globe here. All right, so put your questions below. Let's get started here. Remember, I asked you guys to tag a couple of people. I asked you to like it and share it. I just made that suggestion for you to like and share this video right now for me and tag a couple of people because, I believe in making a contribution to the world. I'm making a contribution to you, and I'm carving out some time for you so you can get your questions answered as it relates to success, mindset, meditation, law of attraction, business, money, your life, whatever. Whatever you need answered, I'm here for you. So all I ask for you to do is tag a couple of people and like it and share the love with the world, right? 'Cause that's what I'm doing here. I'm sharing the wealth so you can become wealthy. And I truly believe people can become wealthy from a conversation, actually. Many people that I've spoken to over the years are now multimillionaires. You can always search me on wesleyvirgin.com or go to YouTube, type in Wesley Virgin testimony, and you'll see thousands of testimonies of people who have taken action with everything that I've said here, okay? You can always go to overnightmillionaire.net as well if you're going to get the meditation I used to make $1 million in 1 month 6 or 7 years ago, and that's free. You can download that now, overnightmillionaire.net. Okay? All right, here we go. Give me 1 second. Let me get comfortable here. All right, so what is the best to do before you visualize and meditate? The best thing you want to do before you visualize and meditate is relax. Take a deep breath. Take 5 deep breaths. Because what's important about meditating and visualizing is to ensure that your body is at a very relaxed state, right? And the more you listen to my voice, you may start to relax. you may feel your arms and your chest and your legs relax, right? And the more you relax, you're able to visualize and meditate the things that you want, okay? Make sure that you have a pen and pencil out and writing this information down. And if you're even smarter, you'll record this video because you're going to feel as if you had a breakthrough tonight, okay? And I want everybody to have a breakthrough tonight because you can, but you have to be immersed. Wear headphones when you hear these type of audios here with me, okay? Because I want you to really grasp and feel every word that you're going to hear here tonight, okay? Because it can be life-changing for you. How do you save money? Shiana says, how do you save money? So it's easy. So I have what is called a 30-70 rule. You can see that rule on my on my Instagram page. So take 30% of the money that you make and you use that for your expenses and your livelihood, right? Your rent, car note, food. 30%. 70% you should put in your bank account, okay? Now, I know what you guys think. You may say, Wesley, all I make is $2,000 a month, so 30% of $2,000, right? It's about, what, $300? It's not a lot of money, all right? So, it's actually like $600, actually. So, what you want to do is you want to eliminate anything that you can eliminate, like such as shopping online. Stop doing that. Eating out. Stop doing that, right? So you want to get to the point that 30% of the money that you make, because you're training yourself, so once you start making a tremendous amount of money, you will be educated, you'll be disciplined with the money. 30% should take care of your livelihood. 70% should be in the bank in several accounts. Write this down. You should never save money. Because the first thing that people think about when they save money is they're saving for a rainy day. How many of you have money in your bank account and you saving just in case shit happens? Oh, another thing is, on these rants here, I may use colorful language. And if you don't like that, then get the fuck out of this fucking video. I love you, but I'm going to be honest. So the thing is, ensure that you should never save money. Money in your bank account should have a purpose. Write that down, okay? Listen, don't save for a rainy day, because if you save for a rainy day, then a rainy day will happen. You will manifest that. Don't save money just in case things go wrong, because if you think that way and if the money is for that purpose, then you will have a rainy day and things will go bad. Make sense? So make sure you don't have to save money. You want to have money in your bank account for a purpose. I give you an example. Like me, if you notice, I have over like 7 to 8 cars now, but I have a car account. So I have one account that I only use to buy luxury cars or whatever car I want. I have another account, which is my real estate account. It's when I get ready to buy homes around the world. I use that account. I have a jewelry account if I want to buy AP watch or Hublot or Rolex or whatever, right? I also have a shopping account when I want to go to Saks or go to Nordstrom's, right? Or go to Paris or Milan and just, spend about $50,000 for the weekend. Okay? Does that make sense? I also have a travel account when I want to travel, when I want to go on vacation and things of that sort. So every account, that 70%, it's used for my extracurricular activities here, okay? Don't save money. Money should have a purpose, because if not, it's just going to sit in your bank. How many of you right now have $5,000 plus sitting in your bank and you don't know what to do with it? It's many of you. I know many people say, well, let's have $10,000. How can I double it? I have $5,000. How can I double it? Listen, you have to think for yourself. Say, okay, what do I want to do with this money? Do I want to use it for marketing, right? Do I want to use this money to make more money, right? Money should have a purpose, not to save it. Listen, I know I have some friends, they're rich, but they don't even spend their money. They're millionaires, but they live like a pauper. They live like a poor person, right? They want to drive an old car, stay in an old house. And, if that's what you want to do, that's great. But what's the purpose of having millions of dollars in your bank account if you don't enjoy it? I'm thinking to myself, just give it away then, right? So we don't need to save money. It's an abundance of money on the planet, which means we can spend money, but we want to be wise with it, right? We want to make sure that 30% of our money, we want to spend. Like, I give an example. The other night, I calculated my livelihood. So I want somebody to calculate it for me. I'm going to do it again. So basically, I'm going to share with you how much it costs for me to live, and then you can imagine how much money I make per month. So I have I have a condo in Houston, Texas, okay? I pay $5,000 a month. Write that down. I'm just going to give you guys how much I pay just for my livelihood. I have a chef that charges me about $2,000 per month, okay, to prepare my food for me and my family. I have a maid, a housekeeper, Lupe. Pay her about $1,200 per month. She cleans every day, 5 days a week. I also have 2 cars that I actually pay a note on. Rolls Royce, $3,000 a month. Can somebody write this down for me? Because I want you to add it up. And I also have the G-Wagon. I pay $3,000 a month for that as well, although the cars are pretty much paid off. Then, inclusive of that, I have another property in Miami that I'm renting. That's $20,000 a month. Yeah, you heard right. I pay $20,000 per month for my property in Miami. Okay, my chef there, I pay $6,000 a month for her. A little more expensive, right? But she's really good, though. She's amazing, actually. $6,000 a month for the chef and that property. For the maid, I pay $2,000 a month. She's really good as well. She's like my assistant as well. She does everything for me. Let me see what else. And my insurance is $3,000 a month for my car insurance. Okay. And I think that I covered it. So that's what it costs for me just to live, right? So that's about. Can somebody do the math for me? So that's like $40,000, I think. Okay, probably $40,000. I'm not sure per month. So that's 30%. But actually, I probably, as far as the money that I make as it relates to my expenses, is probably 20% actually. 80% sits in the bank account, and it sits in several different accounts that are all for a purpose. Okay, $50,000 a month. There you go. Yeah, so I'm paying about $50,000 per month just for me to live, right? just my livelihood, okay? And that's probably 20% of the money that I earn. Probably, actually, I don't spend a lot of money actually, because 10% is like what? That'd be $500,000 a month. I make more than that, so I guess. Yeah, I don't spend a lot of money actually, as it relates to the money that I earn. But I do invest a lot in. I have a lot of money everywhere in different investments to make more money. Okay, question here. All right, how do I make good connections when I lack communication skills? Well, the thing is, my man, you have to learn how to communicate. How many of you want to learn how to communicate better? Okay, let me share with you. This is what I share with my 2 sons. I say, hey, communication is the one skill that every person must have. Like, you don't need to be the greatest salesperson. You don't need to be the greatest person as it relates to formal education. You don't need a college degree, but you need to know how to communicate. I mean, it's important. So let me teach you how to communicate, because at one time I didn't know how to communicate. I still remember years ago when I was in a meeting, and when they go around the table and they talk to everybody, say, okay, what is your input, Wesley Virgin? I was like, right? I didn't know really how to articulate. That was the problem. And my issue was I just didn't know any new words. One, two, I was hanging around Pookie and Ray Ray. You know Pookie and Ray Ray, right? Their dialect sucks. They use words like ain't gonna, words like that. So I had to remove those words from our vocabulary here and assimilate some new words. So one, do this. Learn 5 new words every day. Okay? Write that down. If you want to communicate better, okay, more effectively, learn 5 new words every day. Okay, write that down. I've been doing this for years. I have something that's called Word Power about Brian Tracy. Okay, you learn it's like 500 words. And I used to play it in my old 1980 Honda Accord. The CD player barely worked, but it did work well. And I will listen to new words every day. And it was cardinal for me to do that because I had to use these words to be able to communicate my ideas and my theories and my ideology to other people, okay? So that's 1. 2, get around people that communicate well, okay? Write that down, please. Get around people that communicate well. Now, you may say, well, Wesley, I don't know anybody that communicates well, right? I don't know anyone that communicates effectively. Well, listen to me. Let me share something with you. You have a computer? You have an iPhone? You have a Galaxy? Well, go on the internet, type in youtube.com, type in Wesley Virgin. I heard that guy's a pretty good communicator. Type in Les Brown, Tony Robbins, anybody that communicates well, Warren Buffett, whatever, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and listen to these people over and over again, okay? And the more you listen to them, because think about it, even the way that you speak right now, your dialect or the way that you use and pronunciate words, it's about who you're around. It's just the people that you're around. You're absorbing that way of speaking. Does that make sense? Okay. A lot of us didn't grow up in a household that maybe our parents spoke well. So you have to get around this. So you can just listen to great speakers every day, all day, right? With your headphones. And you do that for about 6 months. You will speak differently. I've seen it happen. I watch online every once in a while. I see people, they speak like me. It's funny. They model me, and I can hear their tonality and their voice inflections in their voices, and they talk just like me, right? And it's because they've been listening to me for so long. Like Ariella, she pretty much talks just like me as well. It's almost scary, but it's awesome, right? It's because this is how you learn. This is how you become a better communicator by being around people that communicate better, okay? So, does that make sense, everyone? Hit the like button if that made perfect sense for you. Yeah, so, if you really want, communication is probably the one skill that is imperative as it relates to success. You have to know how to communicate your ideals and your passion to people, because if you don't, you're going to have the best thing ever, but if you don't know how to communicate that, then you're not going to get anywhere, okay? So divorce your friends, If you have people that don't speak so well, you may want to spend 6 months away from those people, okay? Get around the people that speak well. Get around the people that can articulate words that speak awesomely, okay? All right. Hit the like button if that made sense for you guys. All right, questions for me. We're on the roll here tonight. Let's go. I'm here to help you. First of all, I love each and every one of you. I love you. I just want to tell you that right now before I continue to go on, just in case I hurt some feelings tonight, because you know how it is. But I love you. I do. I love you that you're up. Think about it. I have over 1 million followers, but about 100 people are here right now. So the question is, what are the other people doing? Well, we don't know what they're doing, right? They're probably clubbing, drinking and stuff, smoking. I don't know. But that's why they call it the 1%. The 1% of people on the planet are rich. They're wealthy. The other 99% don't give a damn, right? They just, they're interested. They're not committed. Like, there's many people that are interested in being rich or being wealthy, but you have a very small few that are actually committed. And I think that you're committed because you're listening to this. People that are committed listen to information like this, okay? This is an opportunity in for you. All right, question for me. All right, here we go. All right, okay. Even though you're older than me, I should call you buddy. Sorry for that. Okay. Hello, can you please tell me how I can get mindset hacks? Yeah, you can go to overnightmillionaire.net. Listen, if you guys want my program, Overnight Millionaire, just go to overnightmillionaire.net and check it out, okay? Let's see here. Dear Wesley, can you explain a little bit about definite chief aim? Oh, I like that question. All right, so how many of you, okay, we're in class right now, so let's get busy. Listen, how many of you have read Think and Grow Rich? How many of you? Just comment the word me if it's you. All right, now I have another question for you. Now I want you to think before you answer. How many of you have mastered Think and Grow Rich? The book, right? Either you read the ebook or you read the physical copy of the book here, okay? How many of you have done that, mastered it? All right. So in the book, Think and Grow Rich, they talk about having a definite chief aim, okay? Now, what does that mean? What does that mean, having a definite chief aim? Could anybody comment below? Now, let me tell you why many people never get what they want out of life, okay? And why they never get rich and why things never work out in their favor. It's because they don't know what they want. They really don't. And if you don't know what you want, the likelihood of you getting it is slim to none. And a lot of you believe that, well, I want to be rich. I want to be a millionaire. But see, the problem is you have to break that down. That's too vague. You can't say I want to be rich and I want to be successful, because there's many people that you may think are poor, but they're successful. Like tomorrow, I'm going under the bridge and go feed homeless people. I do this every Sunday. About 200. They're my friends. And these people, if you ask them, are you successful? They'll say yes. They'll say because I'm breathing. They'll say because I have another day that God blessed me with. This is just true story. They'll say they are successful. But I can ask one of you, right? You have a home to stay in. You have a car to drive. But just because you don't have any money in the bank account and you feel that life is not working in your favor, you'll say you're not successful. Make sense? So the thing is, you have to really break. So when it says definite chief aim, is you got to get more clarity about what you want. Am I making sense here? Hello? You got to get more clarity, okay? Like I always use the analogy about going to McDonald's. I don't go to McDonald's, by the way. I don't eat that food. I'm too bougie for that, of course. Listen, if you go to McDonald's, right, and you order a burger, okay, what is the person going to say to you, like the cashier? If you say, hey, I want a burger, they're going to ask you what kind of burger. You want double meat? You want a sesame seed bun? You want tomatoes? You want cheese on it, right? So the thing is, you have to be clear. If you're not clear, that's why they call it definite chief aim. You got to know exactly what you want. You got to be laser focused on what you want. But first, you got to discover what it is, right? Listen, if you want a brand new car, the question is, what kind of brand new car? If you say, well, I want a Ferrari. Okay, great. What color? All right. What model do you want? Do you want a new one or do you want a used one? How often do you want to drive it? Do you want leather seats? Do you want your name to be printed on the headrest? What kind of music are you going to play in the car once you get it? Is it going to be drop top or is it going to be a hard top? Does that make sense? You have to be clear about what you want. Because when you clear, you get it. Okay? Now, when he says a definite chief aim, of all the things that you think that you want houses around the world, you want to travel around the world, you want to make a contribution to the world, you want to take care of your family. But the thing is, what do you want most? Okay, what do you want most? All right? And this is the tough part, because we say, well, I want all these things. But listen, when you have a definite chief aim, and if you put all your mind power on that, right, you'll get it faster. Okay? To answer your question, you might say, well, Wesley, can you think about different things? You can, but it may take longer. Makes sense? Like if you're thinking about, well, I want a $5 million house, and I want a $2 million car, and I want to fly around the world every single month, and I want to buy my parents cars, and, listen, it can happen, but it may take longer. Okay? I give you an example. My definite chief aim maybe 6 years ago, when I got really focused, is when I created the company Fat Diminisher. My chief aim was just to make $5,000 a day, because I knew exactly what I was going to do with the money, and I know why I needed that money. I needed $150,000 per month. That was my definite chief aim, and I wanted my product that I was going to launch to be number one. That's all I was thinking about. That's it. Just my product going number one and earning at least $5,000 a day. So, and I got it fast. I got it like in 45 days, because that's all I was thinking about. I wasn't thinking about the brand new car. I was just thinking about the money I was going to make, right? I could see it come into my bank account, right? I already knew all the things I was going to do with it, and I knew I was going to be number one on the platform of ClickBank, okay, once I launched it. Hit the like button if that made sense for you. I hope I explained that correctly. I'm pretty sure you're excited, because I did. All right, somebody's Shiana. Oh, I want to get everybody to give Shiana Gardinas a congratulations. She just got her apartment. She manifested. She sent me a message today. I was so happy for her. She's a young lady. She has a beautiful baby as well. And she just got her brand new badass apartment. So everybody wish Shiana a congratulations. She manifested it. And, that's the power of manifesting things. It's amazing. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Okay, question for me. I did not win your giveaway, sir. Could you help me with my student? No. Okay, stop. All right, guys, listen. This is not a rant for you to ask me for money, okay? All right? I love you, but I'm not your daddy, and I'm not your banker, and it doesn't work that way. I like to give out money, but I get off the money based off how I feel I want to give it out. Makes sense? So don't ask me. The worst way for you to get $0 from me is to ask me for money. Don't do that, okay? All right, here we go. You know the saying, money can't buy you happiness. Do you think it can or it cannot? What are your thoughts on that? P.S. Thank you for being so uplifting. Thank you, Shiana. So listen, how many of you believe money can't buy happiness? People that honestly believe that money can't buy happiness doesn't know where to shop, because it can. It really can. Listen, money can buy happiness. Basically, in layman's term, money can make you happy, but it won't sustain happiness, which means is after you buy the Lamborghini, right, it makes you happy. When you buy the Chanel purse, 2 of them, 3 of them, when you buy the Birkin bag or the Cartier bracelet or the Tiffany bracelet, or get your high rise with that beautiful view, of course you're going to be happy. But the issue, it doesn't sustain happiness. You're not going to be happy forever because of that one event that took place in your life. Makes sense? Okay, but yes, money will make you happy. Very happy. I mean, if you're sad, if you just feel a little bit like uneasy, just go shopping. I do it all the time. I shop 3-4 times a week online because of the COVID virus. We can't go to the mall, so I just shop on Nike.com, Saks, buy me a couple of Yeezys, Flight Club, whatever, and it makes me very happy. It's Amazon. Oh, I love Amazon. I just buy things I don't need. Who cares? I got plenty of money, so it feels good to have those type of new experiences and have that freedom. So yes, Shiana, it can make you happy. Anybody that doesn't believe that, hey, you need to spend a day with me. I'm going to tell you how to get happy. Look, I just bought myself a brand new Lamborghini Urus because it made me happy. You think I'm not happy about, man, I'm excited. And if you ever driven one or ever rode in one, let me tell you something. This is probably like somebody asked me, said, Wesley, is your Rolls Royce or the Lamborghini, which one is a better drive? Let me tell you, now that Lamborghini, it honestly sounds like you're driving. You know when you go to the arcade, you drive those cars, or you drive those simulated type cars? That's what it feels like. It's amazing. It's the best drive ever. And I'm getting ready to soup it up. I'm going to tune it, and I'm going to put a full exhaust on it. So I'm going to make some noise as well. So yes, money can buy happiness. Okay? It just won't sustain happiness. How much money do you spend on your kids? I'm a father. How do you not spoil them? So the thing is, no. All right, listen. It's nothing. Listen, for everybody that is a father or mother of children, it is okay to spoil your children as long as they deserve it. Hello? Let me say it again. It is okay to spoil your children as long as they deserve it. If they're respectful, okay, they do well in school, okay, they're giving people, come on, of course, spoil them. Like my baby, my daughter, like for her birthday, her 16th birthday, I rented a yacht for her, and I flew her mom and all her brothers and sisters down to Florida. We rented a huge yacht. It cost $10,000 to rent that yacht for about 6 hours, 7 hours. I bought her a Louis Vuitton backpack, not one, but two Louis Vuitton backpacks. And I bought her a brand new iPhone. Now, you might say, well, that's spoiled. Of course, but she deserves it. My baby makes all A's in school. She's respectful. When I go to her school, I swear to God, when I walk down the hallway, every teacher says, my God, I love your daughter. This is no life. You know, I know every parent always are partial to their children, but this is no. When I go to Deaja's school, every teacher that knows her say, oh, I love your daughter. Oh, my, she's so amazing. And I'm like, oh, my God. I'm like, baby, what are you doing to your teachers here? And, you know, she's just an amazing person. She's a genius. I swear to God. Like, I was never a genius in school. And my baby, she is just something incredible. You know, she's already taken college courses, and, you know, she knows what she wants to be in life. She's smart, man. I mean, of course, I'm a daddy, so what do you expect? But, yeah, and like my son, too, same thing. He makes good grades. Never had a problem out of my son in school. I mean, he's respectful. When I ask him to read books, he reads, as long as I give him money, and that's okay with me. But come on, I mean, why doesn't he? They deserve the best. They don't get my children never give me any problem. Like, I don't have to go to the school and talk to the principal. Like, never. Like me, I was a badass man. I didn't deserve nothing. And by the way, I didn't get anything either when I was little. So the thing is, there's nothing wrong with spoiling your children as long as they deserve to be spoiled, because they're representing themselves in a way that you're pleased with, right? If they are, take care of them. And guess what? You know what I've learned? The more that you spoil your children by reinforcing this good behavior, then it's more good behavior that takes place. Yeah, it really does. Like my son, I asked him, he wanted to bring his cousin to Florida with us. And I was like, I don't know. I'm not so sure about this, right? And I said, well, I give you a deal. I gave him a book. The book was called How to Win Friends and Influence People. My son is 14 years old, okay? I gave him a book. I said, I need you and your cousin to write a summary on every chapter. It's like 30 chapters in that book. Do you know my son sat behind a computer and he did it in one day? Now, my son don't like reading books like that. He just really don't. He gets bored very quickly. That's not his thing. Do you know he spent the entire day They read through the entire book and wrote entire summary. So what I did for him, so not only when I was like, okay, but I gave him another task. I say, well, because he wrote a few sentences, and I was like, well, I want more. I want you to write a page full for each chapter. And you know what? I love him on my son. He didn't get discouraged. He said, okay, no problem. So the next day I gave him $900 because I paid my son $1 per chapter. But if you read 2 chapters, I give him $2. If you read 3, I give him $9. 4, I give him $16. So we do what is called exponential growth with reading a chapter, and he'll read it all in one day. So I gave him $900. Do you know that the next task I gave him, which is to write a page per chapter, he did it in 5 days. He did it. It's amazing. So I think spoiling your children when they do well, it reinforces the good behavior, right? Which sets them up for the future very nicely, right? Questions for me. Question for me. So yes, fathers, mothers, try that on your children. If you want to get your children to do something, your children like money. I'll tell you that. Is Severino real in your VSL in that fat diminisher? No, of course not. I'm a great marketer, ladies and gentlemen. I am a great marketer, one of the best, especially on digital marketing platforms. Trust fund. What about it? I don't think I have a trust fund from, but I do have $1 million each for them to use for college or cars and stuff like that. Questions. What is the likelihood of making it as a successful and rich rapper? Well, I don't know, because I'm not a rapper. You know what I mean? I'm not an artist, so I guess you have to ask a true artist. But I'm not in this world, but I heard it's a tough world to be in. We have any singers or rappers out there? I mean, it's tough. It's just because there's so many of them, but doesn't mean it's impossible, I wouldn't focus on the competition. I will focus on if that's something that makes you feel love, makes you feel passion, makes you feel fulfilled, irregardless if you become super famous or successful, you should do it anyway because that's what you like to do, okay? Maybe you won't become a Jay-Z or Kanye West. Not sure, because I don't know what your passion is, your dream is. But if it's your passion or your dream, you shouldn't really care how famous you get. I mean, that's something that you love to do. And I think through your lyrics or through your passion for something, being famous and very wealthy from that is just a byproduct, okay, of the work ethic. Questions for me. What is the likely... Oh, okay, let me scroll down here. What if you love to sin? Stop sinning. That's easy. Wesley, are you a Christian? No, I'm not. When I promote your product, do I have to develop my own website? No. Actually, if you get one of our services that's called Done For You Services, we'll create it for you. For $1,000, we'll do everything for you, inclusive of getting your first sale. Okay. We'll teach you how to get the right domain. We'll show you exactly how to promote it, and we'll show you exactly what content needs to be placed on it so you can start making money immediately. Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to know my YouTube is Wesley Virgin. Just type Wesley Virgin in YouTube and you'll see all my free content for everybody that doesn't have the money to spend. Just listen to my free content and apply that. My TikTok, I can't remember what my TikTok is, to be honest with you. Parent to parent, how did you start saving for your children's college? She's only 10 months, but I feel I should start now. Yeah, you should. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest with me. I was a late bloomer And I started late with my children's college education. And it's because, I don't know, I put all my money into self-development and my self-growth, into products to help me become the man that I am today. But once you start making a bunch of money, I mean, you can just, take $1 million. And the thing, you don't need $1 million for a child's education. I mean, $100,000 each is probably enough. And, you get a car as well. Depending on the school you go to, but I think $100,000 should be good enough, right? And if your kids are super smart, they'll get a scholarship. Like my baby, she probably, more than likely, is going to get a scholarship to whatever school she wants to go to. Next question. Good question, by the way. All right, let me scroll down here. Question, put them down here. Yeah, I'm not a Christian, guys. I mean, I know I say all praise to the Most High God is the greatest. And I can, we could go down that rabbit hole, but I really don't want to go there. But I'm not a religious person, but I'm more of a spiritual person, which means is I know something exists. I do acknowledge that, okay? I choose to call it God because I think everybody just accustomed to the word God itself. So it just makes it easy for me to be relatable to you. But in actuality, I just believe it's something. It's a power, irregardless of what you call it, because other religions call it different things. But it's something that does exist that give us the power and give, like, think about it. Like right now, we're breathing. Like, who's controlling that? Right now, my heart is beating, and I don't have to think about it beating. I don't have to consciously try to make my blood flow through my body right now. I digest my food and think about the trees that come from a seed and think about that. I mean, just so much that are happening on the planet. So it's definitely not us that's doing this, right? It's a greater power, greater force. And I call it God. And, it's the thing that we can tap into. And I believe that, like, I'm a God, like you're a God as well. It doesn't matter if you don't believe that. But you are. God means creator, okay? God means you're creator. Like I am a creator of my world, right? And the Bible said God created light, created all the stuff. So that makes you a creator as well, okay? You're a God. You're a goddess. That means that you can have the same type of power and speak things into existence, just like they're worried about, okay? How do you reinvent yourself and walk through your fears? I guess I reinvented myself by choosing to do it. It was desperation for me. I mean, I mean, so many adversities. I had so many problems that I had to change, folks. I mean, I don't know, man. I didn't want to be like Pookie and Ray Ray. I mean, I just didn't want to be that 30-year-old dad, can't take care of his kids properly, always saying that I'm going to do something, I never do it, saying that I'm committed, but I know I wasn't really committed. I don't want to be that person that took only 1 to 3 vacations a year. I don't want to be that person to save up a bunch of money, have to save up to take a vacation. I don't want to be that person that had to go to a 9-to-5 place every day. Oh my, no, for 8 hours. Like, I don't want to do that, not against my will. I didn't want to be a person to, take a lunch when they wanted me to take a lunch. I mean, how did they know I was hungry at 12, right? So I didn't want to live that type of lifestyle. So I had to do it. I had to reinvent myself. And walking through my fears, I don't know. I embraced the fear. And I think the best way for you to walk through your fears is to understand what fear is. I want everybody to write this down for me. It's life-changing. And it changed my life as it relates to the word fear. Like I didn't understand why I was afraid to do so much stuff. Like afraid to lose my job. I was afraid to take a chance. I was afraid to lose money. Listen, fear is this: false evidence appearing real. Write that down, ladies and gentlemen. Write that down, my beautiful people. Okay? Fear is false evidence appearing real. Get it? False evidence appearing real. So fear is nothing but an illusion of the mind. Like when you want to quit your job and you say, well, I'm scared if I lose my job, I'm going to lose everything. Well, that's an illusion because obviously you haven't lost anything, but you're thinking that you will. So that thinking process is creating something, right? Sense? So if you think that you may lose your job, then you're creating the illusion of losing your job. Then it keeps you where you are right now. Make sense? Okay? You get it? It's false. It's not even real. It's just you're creating these illusions. It's like guys do this all the time with a woman. Like he wants to go talk to this beautiful woman. But in his mind, right, he feels or thinks that she's going to reject him, or she's too pretty for him, or she's a gold digger, and or he fear rejection. He just don't want to hear the word no. But see, what he don't understand at that moment that he's looking at her, he's creating this illusion in his mind. Same thing with women. When you see a beautiful guy and you're like, man, I want to go talk to this guy, blah, blah, blah. But you're thinking in advance about things that you don't want. You're thinking that, oh, he's not good enough. He's not going to like me, blah, 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 whatever. I don't have a big enough booty, big enough breasts. I don't have pretty face enough for him. I don't have makeup on today, so he's not going to like me. So that's you creating that stuff. And it's false because it's not even real. It's an illusion. But when you create those illusions, it becomes real to you, which keeps you debilitated. It keeps you exactly where you are, not moving towards your goal. Okay? Does that make sense? And this happens with all of you. Okay? All of you, when you fear something, you're just creating images in your mind about things that you think that may happen. But what if you was able to create things in your mind that you wanted to happen? For instance, what do you say? You know what? If I quit my job today, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to find a better job that's going to pay me 10 times more money. If I quit my job, I'm going to find a business, and I'm going to start that business within 30 days. I'm going to make double the salary that I'm currently making. Now, that sounds great, but the problem with you believing that, because no one around you has ever experienced that. So it's hard for you to say it, right? Because you're not around people that think that way. But listen, there are people that think that way. I do. Okay? But if you're around people like Pookie and Ray Ray, hello? And they're like, no, don't lose it. Don't leave your job, man. Life is going to get tough. You got kids. You can't leave your job right now. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't talk to that girl. She a gold digger. She ain't going to like you. Look at her. She got Louis Vuitton. You ain't got nothing. You just a valet. You just a valet guy. You just a cashier. You just a waiter. You just a something. You're not good enough for this person. Does that make sense? So remember, fear is nothing but false evidence appearing real. If you want to get over any fear in life, create the image that you want. I do this all the time. And if I'm afraid, I'm not really afraid of anything like snakes, but there's no benefit for me to not be afraid of snakes. I don't want to be around a snake for what? It doesn't benefit my life. So anything that I want, I just visualize myself doing it. That's it. Like the time that I jumped out of a plane, I was a little bit afraid at first. And I was like, oh my God. But I just saw myself jumping. I saw myself enjoying the jump. And I saw myself landing. And I played that movie over and over in my brain. So when I got on the plane and they opened up that door, it wasn't that difficult, okay? Somebody said, you are very smart. I'm not so sure about that. Right? I mean, remember, I don't have a degree. But I understand and I appreciate the compliment. How to train the brain to think that way. So, Holly, listen to me close, sweetheart. I want you to go get Overnight Millionaire, the Overnight Millionaire system tonight. Okay, I want you to go to overnightmillionaire.net right now. I know what you're thinking, that you want the program because it's life-changing. Go get it. Listen, let me break it down to you, sweetheart. If you want to start training your brain to think better, you have to get away from the current people that's in your environment. You know, I say this over and over again. It's your environment that's screwing you up. It's your friends. Guess who it is? Pookie and Ray Ray, or Renisha and Becky. Now, if your name is Renisha and Becky, I'm sorry, but I love you too. But listen, Renisha and Becky and Pookie and Ray Ray and Donisha and all of them, yeah, they're the reason why your brain is so screwed up. Because you keep listening to these same conversations and they are influencing you, okay? They're keeping you where you are right now. You have to get around different type of people. You got to get around the wealthy people. You got to get around the rich people. You got to listen to the rich people. Listen to the wealthy people, okay? But you have to separate yourself. I got a video online called Disconnect, okay? Search it. And it shares with you why it's important, almost detrimental for you. You have to disconnect from old friends. Hell, you got to disconnect from family. All right? Because these people, they're not going to be in your corner. Some will. Most of them won't. They're not going to be your advocate. They're not for you. Okay? Make sense? You have to separate. Because those people, they know everything about you. And they're going to use those things to keep you where you are right now. And you're trying to create a new world, a new reality. And they keep telling you about the past. How many people in your life is like that right now? Comment the word amen. Right? You have people like you're trying to dream big. And you got people that's talking about your bad credit. They talk about that you can't keep a job. They talk about how you keep buying programs and not getting rich, right? They're just poking at you. You got to get away from these people. Okay? Why? Because they're very influential in your life. Very. Okay? Yeah, it's the truth. Family. I love family, but they can be the enemy to your success. What's your opinion on Shopify stores, Wes? Do it. It's good, but learn it. How can fear be false if you're fearing something that has happened already? So that's a good question. Listen, what he's saying is that he said, well, Wesley, how can that be false when you're fearing something that took place? Listen, that's if you ever got fired from a job before, right? Boom, you got fired. And that was your fear, right? You didn't want to get fired. You got fired. And you lost some stuff, right? Maybe you lost a house, you lost a car. Okay? Great. Now, you may say, well, I'll never do that again. Or maybe you quit your job and you try to just chase your dreams and it didn't work out. Listen. And you may say, well, Wesley, I don't ever want to do that again because this is what took place. Listen. Remember this. It is still, you're fearing that event repeating. Does that make sense? What you actually fearing is that event that took place in your life in the past. You don't want it to repeat. Okay? And you don't want to feel those emotions that you felt when you lost everything. Does that make sense? That's what you're really fearing. It's not even the event. It's just you don't want to feel those emotions of depression, of disappointment, of anger, and uncertainty. Am I right or wrong? Okay? But listen, it's false because if you say, well, I don't want that to happen, so I'm not going to do it, then you're creating in your mind that it may happen again. Okay? Like that event could have took place 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but you just thinking about it, you make that event happen in your mind like it's actually taking place. I'm going to prove it to you. Everybody right now, I want you to think about the most terrible, painful event that ever took place in your life. Maybe you got fired. Maybe you got abused. Maybe you got lied to. Maybe you got cheated on. Maybe someone slapped you. Maybe someone hurt you. Maybe you failed a test. Maybe you thought someone was going to work out and it didn't. I want you to think about a painful moment right now. And I want you to think about how painful it was and how much you cried. You cried every night. You cried. You were disappointed. You were hurt. And your heart was broken into little bits of pieces. Now, can you think about that right now, right? Now, let me ask you a question. Just by thinking about that, doesn't it feel real? You know, when you go back to maybe something in your childhood, something that just really brought you to your knees and you couldn't stop crying. Just with your brain right now, even though that was probably 2 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, but you can feel that pain, can you? Like just by thinking the thought, your body will have a response. Does that make sense? See, this is why I say it's false. Because your brain doesn't understand past, present, future. It really doesn't really understand that. All it knows is this. If you're thinking about something that disappoints you or something that makes you sad or angry, your brain feels that it's happening now. Maybe somebody died in your family, right? Like if you think about that and how bad it was, your brain feels like this is actually taking place. It doesn't know this is 2 years ago because your brain doesn't work in time. It doesn't know. It doesn't understand time. It only understands if I'm thinking about something and if I'm feeling a certain way, then it's going to respond based off your thinking and feeling. Does that make sense? That's why it's false, irregardless of if it actually took place, because you're creating it again, right? We know what happened, but you're fearing the repetition of the event that took place in the past. That makes sense? So what you have to understand is, I want you to create it how you want it, right? Instead of thinking about how this may happen again, I want you to think about how maybe something better would take place. It's like, when do we start thinking about things that we want? You know, one thing about young people, I'm talking to you, okay? One thing about all of you, you keep, if I say, hey, what do you want out of a relationship? They'll say, I don't want this. I don't want to lie. I don't want a cheater. I don't want someone to treat me wrong. I don't want. You want to, tell me about the money. Well, I don't want to lose my job while I'm working on the business. I don't want. People tend to always say what they don't want when you ask them what they want. They be like, well, I don't want this. Because we're very familiar with what we don't want, right? Because what we don't want is painful and we can identify with pain. Most of us, even you that's on this call right now, you can identify with pain all day, right? Because all of us have felt some type of pain, emotional pain, physical pain, mental pain, right? And we tend to say what we don't want to happen. But when you say what you don't want, you get more of it. Now, what the intelligent person would do is to think about what he wants. It's not because you don't want a liar or a cheater. What you want is someone that's loyal and loving and loves you to life. Make sense? It's not that you don't want to lose any money when you invest in a business or invest in a program like Overnight Millionaire. No, what you want is you want to be able to soar and master the program that it brings you hundreds of thousands of dollars per month or per year. See how that works? A lot of you, when you buy a program, you're like, I hope I'm not wasting my money. I hope this works. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want. Gets a lot of people in trouble. How many of you are using I don't want? Well, I don't want this to happen because it's happened before in the past. And then you get it, okay? Because instead of thinking about what you don't want, think about what you want. Make sense? Just that change of language pattern can change your life. You have no clue. It can change your entire life. And this is the information that's just not permeated or taught in schools. I wish teachers and college professors would teach this information. Teach people how to use their mind, how to use their language, right? Because you're manifesting the piss poor life that you have right now. If your life is pathetic, you manifested that pathetic life. It's just what it is. Listen to your words, right? And listen how passionately you speak when you say certain things. You're creating the challenges and the turmoil in your life because of your mouth, right? Learn how to speak. Learn how to speak life into your life. Learn how to speak prosperity only. We know what you don't want. We know the things that you hate, right? But what do you love? What excites you? Right? What is going to be productive for you? I know. Let me ask you guys a question. If right now you had an aha moment, I want you to come with the word amen, Wesley. I got it. If you had an aha moment, you know what I mean? Like, aha, my God, that makes perfect sense. I want you to come with the word amen, because you got it. And many of you, thousands of you, would get it right now based off what I just said 5 minutes ago, right? See, now what if someone explained it to you like this 2 years ago? You'll be rich. Okay? We don't realize that. This is why I only talk about mindset as it relates to being wealthy. Because we don't realize how much our words are innovating us. We don't realize how much damage we're doing to ourselves based off the words that are perpetuated in our life because of the people that we're around. Like if you have people around you that say the same type of language patterns, then you would just regurgitate those language patterns because they're acceptable. And we think that's normal. And you would meet a guy like me, you'd be like, wait, Wesley, come on now. I mean, every day can't be good. Every day can't be great, Wesley. You know, you see me online, and I have this beautiful smile on my face, and I'm always like, all praise to the Most High God is the greatest, and I'm just having a good time, and you know, this is genuine, and I've been doing it for years. And some of you like are perplexed and say, well, how can a guy be happy all the time? You know why? Because you never considered if you could be. You believe what Pookie and Ray Ray said. Pookie and Ray Ray says this: no one can be happy all the time. Come on, no one can be that happy. You're believing and you're taking advice from the wrong person. Does that make sense? Yeah, right, huh? I know. A lot of you gonna make some changes here tonight. I can feel it. Gonna make some drastic changes in your life. Put your questions below. Your practices have dramatically changed my life. Awesome. I love you. Appreciate you. You can feel it, can you, Brianna? You can feel it deep inside you, right? All of you can. Are you happy all the time, Wes? I am. I'm happy all the time. All the time. And just because I don't have a smile on my face doesn't mean I'm not happy, but I am excited. It just, like, life is just perfect. You got to spend some time with me and you'll see it. You know, life is great. It really is. And you got to remember something, you know, just being able to hear somebody to say, you know what? Listen, life can be great all the time. Every freaking second of the day, it can be great. So that lets you know that when you used to listen to Pookie and Ray Ray that said, no one's happy all the time. Well, fuck them. I mean, forget about them. Okay? You can't be happy all the time. Because you know why? We have the power of choice. And as long as we have the power of choice, we can do anything and we're going to feel however we want to feel, irregardless of outside circumstances or events. That's beautiful. If this is some gold, I told you guys I was going to give you some gems here tonight. If this is gold, I want you to comment below. This is gold, Wes. Let's go. This is some gold. I know it is, and it's free. I'm giving it to you for free. I'm not charging you $10,000 an hour, which is my rate. It's free. Why? Because I love you. I care about you. I want you to win. And it's lonely at the top. I need some of you big-headed people to come up here with me. Come on. The caviar is getting warm, and I got to eat it. Come on. Let's go. Questions for me? How to change bad mood fast. That's easy. Holly, I want you to listen to my voice. And the more you listen to my voice, Holly, I want you to think about something, okay? Now, I know what you're doing. You're thinking you have the phone close because you want to hear every word. Now, what I want you to do is, I want you to think about how big your forehead is. No, I'm just kidding. See, I probably made you laugh, right? See how quick I just changed your mood? I don't even know you, Holly, but your mood just changed. You start laughing because I made a little simple joke, but you see how quickly I did that? That's how quickly you can change your mood. See, that's the game. See, this is the perfect thing about the brain. This is why I love the human mind, because the brain cannot think about a bad emotion or a bad feeling and a good feeling at the same time. Like, you can't be sad and happy at the same time. It's impossible. Try to be sad and happy. Try to laugh and cry at the same time. Well, I guess you can't do that. You know, you can laugh so hard that you cry, but, you know, try to bitch and complain and be grateful at the same time. Can you do it? Try. You can't. You can't have two emotions that are opposite, right? That are polarized at the same time here. So I just changed your mood, Holly. So you owe me $10,000, sweetheart. I don't take checks. Let's go. All right. You can change your mood at any given time, right? You think about something that makes you happy. Think about something that makes you grateful. Think about something that makes you excited. Think about when someone told you, I love you. Think about when someone was kind to you. Think about when you entered the planet. Think about when you met Wesley Virgin. Think about even meeting me, right? Think about how happy and how excited you're going to be when you meet me in person, which you will, right? You can change your mood at any given time, right? Use your language more effectively. Ask yourself questions. Remember, questions create your quality of life, okay? It's all about the questions that you ask yourself. Some of you ask very piss-poor questions, right? What you say is like, well, instead of saying, well, how can I change my mood? Say, you know what can I do right now to feel extremely happy and extremely excited? What can I do right now? Or what can I think about right now that will make me get out of my bed and go to the mirror and tell myself, I love you, right? Think about it. Whatever you ask yourself, your brain is forced to come up with a question. But a lot of you ask very piss-poor questions, such as, why is this happening to me? When? Why does this always happen to me? When? Why can't I get it? When? Why can I make more money? When? Why can I be more like Wesley Virgin? When? Right? That's a lot of, these are bad questions. Because if you ask questions like that, it's like, why can I make this work? Brain says, because you're stupid, you're dumb, you'll never get it, you never graduated, right? You're slow. Your brain will do that to you, okay? So ask a better quality of question, okay? Period. You want to get more sales in your business? Instead of saying, why am I not getting sales? Say, what can I do right now to bring in 100 people in my business right now? What can I do right now to bring in an extra $100 to $1,000 per day into my business right now? Yes. I thought someone was at my door. Does that make sense? Okay. Questions define the quality of life. questions. Then explain how you made money. I made money through the digital marketing, internet marketing industry, okay? I knew the right time would come, and that is me. How long would it take to reprogram my subconscious mind? My program is 90 days. If you can make it through the overnight millionaire for 90 days, and if you do everything I share with you in that system, which you will do, you will never be the same, okay? How do you break the bad habits, Wes? Okay, so understand this. A bad habit is something, let's define it first. You know, it's important to define things before we start to answer questions. A bad habit is something that is not serving you or serving the greater good, right? Something that's not serving you and it's not serving the greater good. So you want to break the bad habit. I mean, you don't want to break it, you want to stop it completely. The fastest way to do that is to replace it with something else, such as smoking, such as like smoking and drinking too much or procrastinating. These are easy habits to break here. First of all, you got to know that you can break it, like you can replace the habit. Many of you use words such as, oh, I can't stop doing this. I just can't. How many of you ever said that? You have a habit, you're like, I just can't stop. I need it. I don't know. I just can't. First of all, first step is you have to know that you can stop the bad habit. That's one. Okay, write it down, please. Okay, just knowing that you can is very powerful, by the way. If you say that you can't, then you close your mind to ever creating the opportunity to actually do it. That makes sense? So one, you can break and replace the habit. Two, what can you replace the bad habit with, right? Because you got to replace it, which means it's like if you smoke too much, you drink too much, you play video games too much, it has to be something that's going to fill the void, right? It has to be something else that you would rather do than doing the debilitating behavior that you're currently doing, okay? So everybody with me, okay? And then three is, you got to ask yourself this question. Well, if I keep smoking for the next 30 years, if I keep drinking like this, or if I keep playing video games, if I keep procrastinating, what would my life look like in 5 years, okay? What would my life look like in the next 5 years if I keep doing the same pathetic, piss poor behavior? Okay? And you just create it. You're like, you know what? If I keep smoking, I'm going to wind up with lung cancer. If I keep drinking, I'm going to have cirrhosis of the liver and, I'm going to end up being on a dialysis machine for the rest of my life. And let me tell you something about dialysis, because my cousin she's on this stuff, and she's like barely 40 years old, and she's on dialysis, which is insane. I mean, it's probably the worst thing to do in life, to live that way for dialysis. I mean, just give an example what that is for all my drinkers and everybody that don't take care of your insides of your body. So dialysis is when your bloods, or when your kidney is not working properly to cleanse the blood in your body. And if you can't cleanse your blood, you got to go to this place. They got to do it for you. And it's a very terrible process. It's just like very draining. And you'll never have a functional life, never. And you just run, because you have to go to this place every 3 to 4 days. They got to run this through your body, and you start to look differently, you know. You start to look very interesting. You don't look yourself. So the thing is, you can think about things like that. It makes sense? If you are overweight and you're tired of procrastinating as it relates to going to the gym, well, think about if you keep gaining weight, and think about if you got to look at your body for the rest of your life. It's overweight, it's fat. You know, you see all the rolls on your body, you see all the stretch marks, and you can see yourself crying, and no one's going to be attracted to you. I mean, the only person that could be attracted to is the people that say, well, I love you for your inside, not your outside, but they really don't like you like that. You know, they're not attracted to you physically. And not only that, you know, if you're a little bit overweight, you know, if you're overweight, you're going to smell bad. Ooh, you hate that, right? Yeah, I mean, people that are overweight, Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna say it all smell bad, but you will, because you have so much fat. So it's dirt everywhere, and it's hiding in crevices around your body. You might have to take a shower for 2 hours to get yourself clean properly. It's just the truth. And it's unhealthy, you know what I mean? Because you got fat all over your body. You're like overweight, right? A lot of you right now are getting pissed off. I know that they're overweight, but see, that's gonna provoke you to go to the gym now, go work out, do something. You know, it's like, when do you say, "Whoa, enough is enough"? Oh my God, I'm overweight, I'm fat. This is not attractive, and this is not my best. Make sense? So you start thinking like that, then it very quickly you'll start to change. Okay. Which action you took to make money? I just took action, man. I started a YouTube channel. Yeah. How do you have tunnel vision and stay motivated on your goal? Just separate from people, man. Disconnect from people as much as humanly possible, and focus on the things that matter. Wes, I want to promote your weight loss program. I don't sell that any longer, actually. How do you come up with your product? Yeah, I just use my creativity. And usually I just ask my followers. Like, I have hundreds of thousands of people over the years that have bought my product. So I just ask them what they're struggling with. And I create a product. So remember, creating a product is nothing but solving a problem. Okay, that's all what you're doing. Solving a problem. Like, years ago, people were fat and overweight. So I created a weight loss product. I solved a problem. Okay? But it took years, not only 90 days, right? It all depends on how you look at it. 90 days is not for you to make $1 million. 90 days is for you to change your mindset to know that you are a millionaire, even without the money. See, that's what I understand. That's what my program is for. My program is not for you to become a millionaire. Like, Overnight Millionaire, I know it's a funny story about the name, and I'll tell you later. But Overnight Millionaire is not designed for you to become one. Overnight Millionaire is designed for you to realize that you are one. Does that make sense? Yeah, I know that's a lot of you like, what? Get the program, you'll see what I mean here. It's there to convince you that you are one right now, even at your brokest, right? Even if you have nothing. My program is to convince you, persuade you now that you are a millionaire. All right? You are 100%. And if you go through the program, you'll see exactly what I mean. Wesley, can we start a program that we can spread your reach? Like what? Give me an example. How do you start your online business without any money? Easy. YouTube videos are free. Like, a YouTube channel is free. A Google account is free. Like, if you search me on YouTube right now, go back to my first videos in 2004. I mean, the camera quality was terrible. I mean, even now my camera quality is terrible, but I still make millions of dollars from my iPhone. Like, I will always make videos from my iPhone. I am convinced that high quality is just, it's not the way, man. It's not the way. I don't know. You know, I just think that an iPhone, Galaxy phone is just easy. It's more impotent. It's more intimate, and it resonates with people faster. Okay. So yeah, YouTube channel was free. What's your product? Motivation or actual supplement? It's mindset. Where the money? Because I'm so ready. You say terrible like my dad does. I'm laughing so hard. No offense. It's all good. It's all good. I'm probably old enough to be your daddy, huh? I am your daddy. I am the father. My father's a multi-billionaire. He never programmed his mom. Explain me, how did that work? All right, so listen. Understand something. it is many people on the planet that are rich. And they can't explain to you even how they did it. They will say this. They was like, I believed in myself. And they did. But listen to me. They probably did at least 50% of everything that I talk about. They've done it. But they do it unconsciously. Okay? They do it unconsciously. You have people that grew up, they don't say the words that they can't. They don't even use those words, right? Because they grew up that way, right? Maybe their mom, daddy, granddaddy told them to never say that word, right? Or they never use like disempowering type of language. And some people believe in themselves more than others. Some people, when they were growing up, you know, they had a boost of self-esteem. People complimented them. They were the popular kids in school. And, you know, so it's so many different variables of why even people that are rich and maybe they didn't have to change their mindset because they didn't need a mindset change. They already had it. And some people just figured it out but see, they figured out that they were doing something wrong, but maybe they don't explain it like I do, right? About reprogramming their mind. But if they didn't have that type of mindset at first, they did something to reprogram. But they might not use the word reprogram, but they understand they had to shift their thinking. Does that make sense? So if your dad is rich, you should spend more time with him. Wesley, you would die a virgin. Yes, I will. Yes, you're right, but no one displays it like you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I would die a virgin, but Wesley loved the ladies. I can tell you that, boy. I love the ladies. We're going to leave that alone. Hold up. Hold on. Let's see where. Any more questions for me? I enjoyed you guys tonight here. If you enjoyed yourself tonight, I want you to comment below. Wesley, I enjoyed myself. What if you start your own merchandise? Yeah, one day. What if people can help out with spreading? Okay, whatever. Let me see. We start the one day, whatever. Yeah, I know. I got to leave it alone. How did your parents react to your success? Oh, I guess they love me more. I mean, I don't know. They're very proud of me. You know, I was just out with my dad and my mom today. I went to have dinner with them, and I let my dad drive the Lamborghini Euros, and he loved it. You know, I punched it a little bit. You know, my dad is a pastor, so he does everything right in life. You know, I'm the savage, of course. But he enjoyed it. And it was great to let my pops drive my $240,000 vehicle, right? It was cool, right? You know, just to have your dad just feel good that you did something great in life. And I think that's what we are trying to do. You know, we want to make our parents proud. And listen, you don't want to be the kid that your parents have to say, man, I don't know what they're doing. You know, I don't know when they're going to get their life together. You don't want to be that kid, all right? Because I think that type of kid, you stress your parents out and you cause them to die early, to be honest with you. Because when your parents, if you don't do well in life, your parents feel that they fail. Like my children, if they don't do well, I feel that I failed. I failed them, all right? Because I'm the person that was responsible for raising them. So think about your parents. Think about the person that raised you, all right? So what are the conversations are they having with their friends about you? Are you a fuck up? You know, you always screwing up? Or are you someone that, you know, they're proud of and they're bragging about? My parents, they brag about me all the time. And I love it, you know. And they tell me how proud they are of me. And I love it. I appreciate that as well. And it just, I don't know, you know, being successful just really bonded the connection with my parents. You know, it's magical. You should want to fail your parents because that could be a stressful moment in old people's lives. I didn't mean to say old people, seasoned people. Would you suggest picturing big goals or small goals? Big goals. What do you do exactly? Oh my God. Go to wesleyvirgin.com. Someone tell this guy what I do. When are you meeting? Oh my God, I'm so excited. We're meeting tomorrow morning. I want you to be here ready to meet me. Oh my God, what are they doing in the kitchen? This was amazing. Thank you, Wesley. Thank you, Gayla. I appreciate you. Hey, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I got to go. Got to get to work. I love all of you. Like and share this if you don't mind. You don't have to like and share this right now, but I just ask you to do that if you feel that you got some value here tonight with me. And understand everything that you hear right now came from my heart, okay? Came from the top of my heart. Really did. And I appreciate you guys, and I want you to win. I really do. From the top of my heart, I really want you to win. But to win, you have to understand that you're a winner now. To be rich, you got to understand that you're rich now. And once you realize that, it's time to start to become it. Start to act as if. And you just keep acting as if until the reality or until the physical world align what's going on in your fifth dimensional world, which is your mind. I love you guys. I appreciate you. This is Wesley, $1 Billion Virgin. Much love. Let's go.